In this tutorial, I'm going to explain to you what DOM is, which is a document object model, and it's a standard for accessing and updating the content, structure, and style of the document. Let me show you some examples. Let's get started. Here at the bottom, we have our HTML page, and take a look closely at the HTML tags. Everything is enclosed within P, and then we have our header, which is welcome. We have our div, which is devdelight.com, and we have a button, click here, which on click calls a JavaScript function that we have here at the top. To access IDs, and here we have ID header welcome. The way you would do it is by calling document.getElementById, and we would pass the name of the ID, which is header welcome. And we can do a bunch of things. So let's just change the style color to blue. Let's refresh. And remember, this will only happen when we click the click here button. And as you can see, after I click here, it changed the welcome to blue. There's also a way to modify elements that have a class. So the way to do that is by using document get elements by class name, and we'll select demo. And what this does is basically it gets all the elements with class demo. So get elements by class name is different from get element by ID because it returns a list of nodes that contain demo. So to access our div demo right here, we would also need to access the first node. And you do that by bracket 0, the same way you would access an array. And then we can style border and if we refresh now and click here, as you can see, we added a thick solid border around devdelight.com. You can also access HTML elements such as P here, paragraph, by using document.getElements by tag name. And also, if you want to get the first P, you would use the array access, bracket 0. There's also another way to access element IDs and class names. Let me comment this out. The other way to access those elements is using document.querySelector. And we're going to select our class name again, but in this case you pass the dot for the class name and a hashtag or pound sign for ID. Let's refresh, click here. And as you can see, it set our style and border to thick solid red. Let's do the similar thing with document query selector with ID header welcome. But instead here, we will change the inner text to say something like hello world. Let's refresh. Click here. Boom, we just modified the inner text, hello world. There's also document.querySelector all, which returns a node list of all the document elements that match the criteria that you pass to it. And another thing I want to show you is text content. And we'll change it to don't click here. Text. And if you refresh and click here, as you can see, we modified our click here button text to don't click here. So now let me show you the difference between in HTML inner text. Let's start with inner text. Now, inner text is just basic text you can insert without anything else. So in this case, let's refresh, click here, and we changed our header to hello world. Now, the inner HTML actually allows us to put HTML elements into it. Let's make it header 1. And if we refresh, you see our header got bigger because we added the h1 elements to it. And that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.